Alright, welcome back. It's another episode of The Lone Roller with me, Leon Andrews. I am the player, I'm the host, I'm the game master of what we're playing. So let's get right into it. Where we last left off with Talti, he was being chased by an unknown assailant. Right? He had to escape surprise. However, he was captured, but was able to thwart his own captors by ambushing him as they got on to what I called a skiff. We are now calling a shuttle. It makes more sense to call it a shuttle than a skiff. That little split of hairs, just a minute detail, we're moving on. With that said, he was able to ambush his captors, able to kill 2 of them, and knock out 1. And realizing he now has sort of leverage into a situation. As we last saw him, he felt he's got leverage. But now he knows, or now he can find out the reason he's being after and find out who. So on this episode of The Lone Roller, episode 2, we did some housekeeping things here. We created a thread and ended off some threads. So the thread we have now is the finding a safe place as well as questioning the kidnapper. With that said, we gave our cat D an identity, and now we're moving on to that. So, we come into the ship. The scene is to question the his chaser, his pursuer, and now to wake her up and question her. So, before we enter in, the chaos factor went down to 4. And on the beginning of every scene, we roll 1d10 to see do we equal or lower than the chaos factor. That's a 2! That is a 2. Okay, hold on. So let's now look that up. I believe in Mythic GM, we now have an interrupt scene. Let's double check that. Yep. The scene is interrupted, and now we have to make an adjustment on the scene. So the first thing we have to do in an interrupt scene is roll the event focus. So what interrupts this scene? So let's go to the event focus table. All right, here we go. Event focus. Grab our percentile die. All right. 54. Move toward a thread. Okay, so we only have 2 threads, which is finding safety and and questioning our captive. So let's see. Let's find safety. Where does he find safety at? Ooh, does he find a nearby planet? So, does he find a nearby gas giant? With a 16, yeah, he finds a gas giant to hide from, to gain some safety. And that is the end of that interrupt scene. It was very exciting. So, Talti goes to his captor, who's still unconscious, and he slaps her awake. She wakes up. She looks, and she realizes she sees her 2 comrades are dead on the floor. Seeing the person that she was supposed to be chasing now has the upper hand and holding one of their firearms. A pistol, if you will. She looks and she realizes that she's now bound and everything. And now she's a little, she's panicking. She's definitely panicking. And I noticed in the last episode that Talti kind of came off as almost as villainous. I like to think that Talti is a bit of... He's not your regular main character. He is a politician. He has been known to step on people to get to the position that he is now. So we'll have to see how he plays out. With that said, Talti looks at her and, holding the pistol, he puts it down to show that he's not a threat. Holding his hands up, he calmly looks at her and he speaks, also in a calmly manner. He says, "Don't know why you were pursuing me. I do need to know this. However, I'm not gonna hurt you as I did your friends. You guys were after me and I simply was defending myself. With that said, I can help you out if you obviously help me." She looks at him. In a position that she is currently in, bound and tied and not wanting to be like her friends, she might be a little susceptible to being persuaded. So with Talti, I gave him a ability. I forgot the name of the ability, but it lets him roll 3 dice, taking the better of the 2. I rolled a 6, 5, and a 2, taking the 6, 5. That's an 11. Yeah, he's intimidating her. So she nods her head up and down. And he goes. Talti looks at her and says, "Now, I have some very simple questions, and I want very simple answers. Why were you after me?" Does she know why she was after him? 79, no. And I gave that on a chaos factor of 4, I gave that a 50-50. 79 is a no. So she shakes her head and says, the only reason why we were after you is because they have something on me. And I had to do the job for the money and for everything. Talti looks. Are you being blackmailed? Solemnly, she nods her head. Blackmail is a very evil thing. Although, Talti probably has been known to do it from time to time. He looks and says, "What do they have on you?" Ooh, let's give her a little bit of a background. What do they have on her that has her so frightened? Okay. So let's give it an event meeting. Or, here we go. 69. No, it's a 66. I wasn't kidding. 66. Oppose. 54. Oppose military. That's what they have on her. She was part of a revolution on wherever she is from. And however, they were able to thwart her. And not thwart her, but able to gain leverage on her and threaten her family, her friends, if she stopped. There goes. She is now under the thumb of whoever she is under. So, knowing this, she looks up and says, I was part of a revolution. Unfortunately, I was caught during a mission, and they took me in, and they threatened my family. Their safety rides on this mission. Talti looks at her. Who? Who made you come here? Ooh, does she know? It's pretty likely. Does she know who sent her? 73. Likely? Chaos Factor 4? No, she doesn't know. She shakes her head solemnly. She's very solemn today. Talti is like, we're getting almost nowhere. Do you know why I'm being pursued? Does she know? 72, she does not. However, Talti looks at her. You were paid. You were paid to be here. Or, the fact of the matter is that you are being blackmailed to be here. Your people are expecting you to be back. Whoever your patron is. So, do you know where they're at? 50-50, Chaos Factor 489. No. Actually, exceptional. Not only does she know, doesn't she not know, she's completely oblivious. She's only knows the person that did know is dead. She looks at Talti and says, I don't know, but one of them did. Talti looks down. He sighs, shaking his head. Well, that is really not getting us anywhere now. We're in a bit of some trouble. Knowing that full well, we have 2 bodies in a shuttle that does not belong to me at all. And you don't know why I'm being after. He looks at her. Am I able to trust you? I can help you out. Whatever trouble you're in, I am a politician. I am connected. And I do have clout. Ooh, we're gonna roll on that. Four. Oh yeah. I'm grateful, she says. If any help that you can give me, please, I need it. Talti looks at her. I can help you, but you have to help me. Find out why I'm even being pursued in the first place. So, with that said, I need you to help me get rid of these people. Were you close to them? Was she close to them? She's being blackmailed and everything. I'm going to say it's very unlikely. Chaos Factor 4, unlikely. 98. Very unlikely. Exceptional. No, she does not know them. And they were going to probably kill her. She says, no, I didn't know them. I only knew them from being paired up with them. Not only that, they were threatening my life if I didn't come along with you. Talti, now seeing that she herself is a victim of circumstance. I understand. And he goes and undoes her bond. Please, he says, I need your help. And I will help you. And I promise I will help you. He looks at her. What is your name, by the way? So what is her name? Let's figure that out. I'm going to go ahead and use this stars without number character creator. Let's give her a name. Ooh, that works. 43. Kyra. I like it. She looks up and she goes, my name is Kyra. Talti looks and replies, I'm Talti. It's a pleasure to meet you. Now, we need to do something about these bodies. She nods her head. Alright, so that does that for this scene. So we have a little bit of housekeeping that we need to do here. A little bit of bookkeeping. So we've already ended the thread of finding a safe place, as well as questioning the kidnapper, or the pursuer, really. And we got not a lot of information, but now we're going to put in a new thread of find the patron and find out why Talti is being pursued. Good. Let's add a new character. Ayra, Kyra. It's really good. And then our other thread is to dispose. We don't really need to. So we're going to have to begin the next scene of them disposing the bodies. Actually, we're going to go ahead and have them say they just get rid of the bodies. Now, how do they get rid of the bodies? You can't exactly open up this ship. Okay. So, is there something on the ship that they can wrap the dead people in? I'm going to call that 50-50. Chaos Factor 4. 7! 7! I believe that's an exceptional yes on a 50-50. No, it's not. It's a regular yes. It's a regular yes. They are able to find a big enough cloth, probably use blankets for any kind of emergency, and are able to wrap up the bodies very, very well. So they need to find a way to now dispose of these bodies that are on the ship. Now, there are a number of ways. He looks at Kyra. He asks, Kyra, are you familiar with any of the back ends or underground things? You seem like a person that might be in the know. Is she? Let's find out. We're gonna call that, being a girl in the revolution, working in military. She probably knows some black market things, some shady things, underground things that a lot of people wouldn't normally know about. So we're going to call that very likely. Chaos Factor 4. 88. 88. We're good. She nods her head. It's like, I do know of a place that we can get rid of the body. I do know somebody right out there. Right off of the rim of where I'm from. Talti asks, how far out? Ooh, how far out? Let's roll D4. Ooh. It's at least a day's travel in a shuttle. And that's where we're going to end this episode, on this scene where I already did some bookkeeping ahead of time. But now it's to get rid of these bodies. We have a couple of threads that we need up, and we're gonna help get rid of these bodies on the next episode of The Lone Roller.